Oh boy. Hello everybody, and welcome to Game 3 between these two tyrants in the grand finals of the Battle of Angkor tournament. We will be playing on one of my favorite maps, Serengeti. On the bottom side, we have TheViper playing as the Burmese, and his opponent, Daut, playing as the Burmese, so we will have a Burmese war this game. Let's check out the Burmese tech tree. Free lumber camp upgrades, infantry +1 attack per age, which makes her a very strong men-at-arms rush, some pretty strong spearmen, and some pretty good halberdiers later in the game. Monastery techs are 50% cheaper, and yes, they do get all of the nice goodies as far as the monastery tech upgrades. Their unique unit is the Rembai, which is not unlike the Conquistador in its use, and their unique techs help their battle elephants. Themotus' relics are visible on the map. Their Burmese have some substandard archers with lack of arbalest and hand cannon. They get some very good infantry with that extra attack and all the infantry upgrades. They also get some pretty good cavalry with bloodlines for their scout rush and for their hussars and cavaliers. And they also get some good upgrades for the battle elephants. They get all the blacksmith upgrades, except they don't get leather archer armor or ring archer armor. So some of the worst archers in the game. Not to mention thumb ring as well. So archer's definitely going to be a no-no for the birdies. They're going to be focusing on cavalry and infantry. So with that, let's take a look at the players' maps. This is Serengeti, by the way. You have these little baobab trees and acacia trees with 150 and 200 wood each. However, they are very sparsely. They are very spread out. So it is basically impossible to wall and very inefficient to take wood because the villagers, they like to go everywhere. There's also extra hunt on this map, although there's only one boar, which is actually an elephant. Where's the elephant? Here he is. And you get a standard amount of deer. Also, less gold and stone than you normally start out with on Arabia, and only 4 berry bushes. Fruit bushes, there you go. Okay. The map for the Viper, he has his gold in the back and stone in the back, so he's got to be pretty happy about that. He's going to take the wood in the back as well, try to have a nice safe wood. So I would say a pretty good map for the Viper as far as Serengeti goes anyway. There's no great map for Serengeti, but that's as good as it gets on Serengeti. Daut's also going to take a backwood. It's a little bit more exposed. In fact, it could be very exposed, especially if some archers for the Viper decide to go around this way. Or scouts, I suppose, since we're in a Burmese war. Daut, he has his stones in the forward position. It shouldn't be too vulnerable, but if a tower does go up here, it will take Daut off of his stone. He's got a forward gold, but he also has a back gold. And it is not impossible for Daut to wall this up. He's going to, of course, want to avoid walling on the cracked sand because his walls won't be as strong. So overall, definitely a map advantage for the Viper. And let's see what strategies these guys go for. Looks like we're going to see 3 on wood for the Viper. That's standard for a scout rush. And 3 on wood for Daut, standard for a scout rush. There you go, here comes the elephant. And where's the elephant for here to go for the Viper. The Viper's gonna lure in some zebra, get a little bit extra food. And Serengeti is such a tough map, it's really a must to do that. Meanwhile, Daut is instead going to place his mill in this left side, so he's going to be basically putting all of his cards, all of his eggs into one basket, trying to defend this left side as heavily as he can. Meanwhile, instead of pushing in a zone zebra, Daut is going to scout the Viper's base. Let's see what he scouted. He has scouted none of the golds quite yet. He scouted the wood line for the Viper, however. Oh my god, are we going to see a double zebra lure? No. Not this time. So the Viper should be getting ready to click up the next stage. Here he goes. Feed late for him. We will most likely see a scout rush. So neither of the players actually going for the strong militia to men-at-arms rush for the Burmese, so I'm a little bit surprised. That extra +1 attack could definitely give them some more killing power, especially when dealing with the opponent's scouts. And Daut is going to smartly wall this left side. One thing he doesn't know, though, this sand type, you're not able to build on it. So he's going to have to wall around that sand. Oh, my bad. The Viper's going to go for a men-at-arms rush. I didn't see this coming at all. So he's going to make use of that +1 attack. And that +1 attack only comes in... Does that only come in feudal age? Yeah, only in the feudal age, so it makes sense for him to wait. It is going to be a little bit late, though, I feel. Doubt it must be so confused at this point. Trying to wall around this sand. Alright, here's the Viper's 3 militias.
Okay.
One of the important things about militia or men-at-arms rush is you have to be early with them. There's Daut's barracks. He's gonna go with the stable. So scouts might have a little bit of a hard time dealing with +1 men-at-arms. Also dealing with, I'm not sure if it matters actually, for +1 spears. Spears have so much bonus damage for scouts, so what's one extra gonna do? I'm not sure. Daut's gonna do the smart thing and wall in this base. And there you go. No nasty sand for him to deal with. Regular playback. Looks like the Viper's gonna actually run straight in. And he's only gonna take about 1 volley of arrows, so that's pretty good for him. Hasn't lost any of his militia, not even that much health. These guys are gonna be so deadly. They already have the +1 attack. Here's men-at-arms. Oh my god, that scout died instantaneously. 7 attack on these men-at-arms already. This is gonna be nasty. Alright, first men-at-arms down. Scouts are still alive. Okay, what are they gonna target? They keep changing their targets. Alright, that could have been a lot worse for Daut. Luckily, he is able to defend. Now he can push out with the scouts of his own. So I don't think that was worth it for the Viper. Looks like he's got 1 villager and lost 4 men-at-arms. He's got 1 villager and a scout and lost 4 men-at-arms and a scout. The Viper will transition into archers now. We'll build a spearman in defense. Trying to wall up this acacia forest. It's always so hard. Can't even tell if there's a hole here. Wait, here comes Daut. If Daut doesn't do any damage with these scouts, should be about an even game. And wow, look at how much resources Viper has put into this. So let's see, that did... Yeah, so it looks like the spearman is actually not going to be able... the +1 attack actually doesn't matter, if you do the math correctly. This is a lot of investment for the Viper. In Rise of Rajas, in the changelog of the balance changes, palisade walls actually take a little bit longer to build, so this is quite a bit of investment. Alright, the Viper's going to have a strong army of archers, though. Looks like Daut is going to go into archers or skirmishers of his own. There you go, skirmishes to catch up. But either way, very close game. Good thing for Daut, he is able to see what the Viper is doing, so he does have a, I suppose you could say, a scouting advantage. Looks like the Viper's getting ready to push out. He's going to push out with these 2 spearmen. That's one thing you always have to do. If you don't have enough archers, you need to keep your spearmen with your archers. And second range for Daut. Still going into skirmishes, it looks like. blacksmith for him. Let's speed up the game just a little bit. Bit of a stalemate. Daut is just trying to keep his eye on the Viper's army, not really get within range of those archers. Might change his mind now with 3 skirmishers added to the mix. And I just heard the blacksmith go up for Daut. He's researching fletching. There you go. Gonna avoid the spearman for now. And the Viper's going to be stuck at home for now, which is exactly what Daut wants. Daut really can't do any more damage, so the best thing he can do is try to kill the Viper's army, or try to keep him busy at home. He can get through one of these palisades pretty quickly, though, with this amount of scouts. The Viper, he's too experienced, he knows this. He's going to put his archers to defend the palisade. And Daut has decided he's made enough skirmishers. He's going to invest in the archers now. So this is the best call. Okay. Daut's going to have to back down for the time being until these skirmishers get in the mix. Oh boy, I hope they don't go around the wrong way. Let's see, the Viper's just about ready to click up the next stage. Daut will be up shortly as well. A big upgrade for skirmishes against archers is going to be that leather archer armor. But I think Daut is going to wait until he clicks up to the next stage to get it. Okay, this is interesting. The Viper's putting up a watchtower. He feels like his army is not going to be strong enough if this army gets through this palisade. That's interesting. Daut has gone to scout the Viper's base. See if there's any hidden stables in the back, perhaps. So I think it was worth it just to lose that scout to see this hidden stable. Wow. Yeah, there you go. So Daut knows exactly what's coming. The Viper going into cavalry, of course, because there's quite a few skirmishes on the field. However, Daut wasn't born yesterday. He's been adding archers this whole time. He knows his army's going to be too weak to its counters if he doesn't add archers. Okay. All it takes is one bad engagement for the Viper to be able to take the lead in this game. Alright, risky play from Daut. Daut's going to attack on the left side. And the Viper's going to go straight down the middle. Alright, let's see who's up first. Looks like the Viper will be slightly up first. Daut's going to be lucky and avoid an engagement with this huge mass of archers. And this wall is fairly weak. There you go, there's the Viper's Castlage. We're going to see crossbow, bodkin, arrow. Probably a knight as well. Okay, here comes the spearman. And here comes the crossbows. We're going to see a bit of a base trade here. Okay, and here comes the knight. Okay, here comes the archers. Daut's gold is completely exposed. Here comes the siege workshop. It's going to be far too late. Meanwhile, the scouts and archers are in for Daut, and these archers will be upgraded to crossbow fairly shortly. How much does Daut have to defend at home? And the Viper is kicked off of his gold. I thought this gold would be safe for this entirety of the game. Okay, Daut has nothing to defend at home. He's trying desperately to get the siege workshop up. He's got half of his economy idle. Meanwhile, the Viper has half of his economy idle and isn't able to take gold as well. Okay, looks like Siege Workshop's gonna go up. A little bit of a mistake from the Viper. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Daut can afford a Mangonel. That should be enough to defend for now. Will the Viper have enough knights to push this back? Remember, the Viper can't add any more knights at this point. All the gold he has is all the gold he has. And he's going to be left with 5 knights. That may be enough, though. More villagers going down for Daut. The Viper has killed more villagers in these raids, I believe. Let's see what this Mangonel can do, though. Yeah, boy, is this a messy game. Alright, the Viper's gonna get... Daut's gonna get a knight for free. That's good for him. The crossbows are in a hill. They're in between the baobab trees. This is a good positioning for Daut. Alright, let's see what the Mangonel can do. Daut's economy. He's got 2 Mangonels. That should be enough. Crossbows were able to clean up the knights. Knights didn't have enough upgrades, didn't have enough knights, and the archers were in a good position on top of the hill in between the baobabs. Looks like Daut's not paying attention to his army, though. That could lose him his army. So this is going to be a missed opportunity for Daut. He's not going to be able to push in anymore. These crossbows got too many few free hits. And now the Viper is the only one doing damage to his opponent. Second town center up for Daut, though. Remember, the Viper invested in this tower. So, he's going to have to mine his stone for his town center. Big shot from Daut. We're seeing a little bit of payback from game 1. Nice Mangonel shot. And this is what I love about Serengeti. Such an unforgiving map. We can see these base trades so often. And it looks like both players have stabilized at this point. Another village down. 2 town centers for the Viper. Daut is on 2 town centers as well, but he's having trouble producing from them. Daut is currently not producing army. He's got 2 Mangonels to defend. The Viper is going up to his 3rd town center. However, the Viper is producing army. That is a key difference here. So I think these scores are going to close pretty shortly. Daut needs to get back to producing army and get enough farms to support his 2 town centers. Good thing for Daut, though, is these 2 Mangonels. Whereas the Viper hasn't invested in his Siege Workshop yet. Instead, he's got the stable. It's so important for Daut to keep these Mangonels alive, keep them protected by his crossbows. He knows that a stable is out on the field for the Viper. He's got to be very cautious. Alright, looks like Daut has enough to produce out of 2 town centers. So what we're going to be left at, we're going to be left at 3 town centers versus 2 town centers. And the Viper is left with more army. So these scores are going to close very shortly. Let's see a big Mangonel shout, though. Okay, 2 misses. Another miss. Oh, boy. 1 more hit, come on. Alright. The Viper's going to take the score lead now. And the Viper has 2 big advantages in this game. He should have the economy advantage. Okay, here we go. 3rd town center for Daut. So economy should be even. Big advantage for the Viper, though, is going to be in its military advantage. So we need to see Daut step it up a bit in that department. One thing I would love to see from the Viper, though, might be a forward siege workshop.
Okay.
And here's a monastery for the Viper. The Viper can, of course, see all the relics on the map because of the Burmese bonus. And also, a very, very interesting thing, I don't know if we'll see it in this game, Redemption is significantly discounted due to the Burmese 50% less cost on all monastery techs. So I wonder if monks with Redemption will be a viable option against these Megadels. And there we go, Viper now 200 points in the score lead. Daut's producing as much army as he can. He has a surplus of wood and gold, though. Might want a third range. And the Burmese will have to transition out of crossbows eventually because they don't get the Arbalest upgrade. Do they? No, never mind. They don't get... Yeah, they don't get Arbalest or leather archer armor. Kind of interesting we're seeing so many crossbows. There's such an effective raiding unit, though, on Serengeti. So that can explain it. Later on, though, we will have to see a knight transition, I believe. Unless one of them wants to go into elephants, which probably not recommended. The Viper's going to go out for a raid on the right side with 6 crossbows. And should be able to find some juicy villager kills. University for Daut. Daut would like to get ballistics, I believe. The Viper is now 300 points in the score lead. And he's going forward. He's got enough stone for a castle. That's going to be a good castle. Right on the hill. Don't fall into the trap of placing on a cracked sand. That's going to be able to secure the middle of the map. And secure this gold and this wood line as well. Wood is, as well, an important resource to secure on Serengeti. This could be a bit of a trap for the Viper, though. Here comes the Mega now.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Maybe,
and it looks like Daut will clean this up a little bit. I hope Daut doesn't lose this guy. Looks like he will. There's so much useful information that a scout can give you just by running your scout through your opponent's base. It's a little bit of a shame. Castle up for the Viper. Now the Burmese unique unit, the Rimbai, should be a fairly strong unique unit. It is best countered by archers, but again, Burmese pretty bad archers. The Viper now 500 points in the score lead. He's had a much better boom, has much more army out on the field. And is starting to secure the relics as well. Not to mention the Viper has this hill. If the Viper holds this hill, adds some siege to it, and defends it, should be able to take this game. It's a perfect pushing point into Daut's base. We'll be able to take out both the military production, go straight into the economy.
Hey.
And the Viper's ready to click up to the next stage. He has secured 3 relics. And will secure the 4th most definitely. Daut is already up to the next stage though. Let's see. Times are about the same. Daut is at 105 population. The Viper is on 110. A pretty small difference. It looks to be the biggest advantage for the Viper is probably going to be 4 relics in the bank, if not a 5th, and this hill advantage, which you can't underestimate. Let's see how clean the transitions are and what they decide to transition into. There's the Viper going. He's got enough stone for another castle. Gonna take this gold on the right side. Oh boy, this could be a good raid for Daut, though. This is what he needs. These archers will become more and more useless as the game goes on, since you can't upgrade them to Imperial with Imperial upgrades. So it's a good idea to go out for a raid right about now. Ha ha ha! Poor monk. Okay, Daut, the Viper with 4 Rimbai. Gonna build a second castle. That might be enough to sustain a Rimbai production. And a Rimbai should be fairly decent against knights, I believe. Due to their high attack. So it looks like the Viper has chosen to go into full Rimbai. I don't see any more stables for him. As you can see, super high attack. Pretty good HP and range stats. Cost isn't that bad either. The big downside with them is they have low accuracy, so they're better at close range than at their 5 range. And as well, they have low armor. So archers are a good counter to them.
Okay.
Alright, what is Daut gonna go for? Daut has tons of resources in the bank. He's gonna build a trebuchet, and I don't think Daut knows what he wants to go for. Because he's got so many resources in the bank. He's gonna build another archery range for what? A little confused. No ring, yeah, no armor. I don't know what Daut's plan is. Or I think I know what his plan is, but it's not a good plan. There's no arbalest. There's no leather archer armor. I don't know what this range is for. What Daut is hurting most for is wood at the stage. I think he should be going full out into cavalier production. And here's the treb. The Viper has the hill advantage. He should be able to easily win this treb war. And I think Daut's realizing at the stage he's pretty screwed. Okay, do we see Onager? No, okay, no Onager. The Viper's establishing his map control. Starting to take the golden stones on the right side. Oh my gosh, and here comes an Rimbai raid. Rimbai are a great raiding unit. Looks like Daut is going for fully upgraded crossbowmen. Interesting. Critical for Daut to win this treb war if he wants to push back his opponent and win the game. No elite Rimbai quite yet. I think Viper should be able to afford it very momentarily. And as you can see, look how great of a raiding unit the Rimbai is. Just like the Conquistador. Low accuracy, high attack, high movement speed. So 4 trebuchets versus 3 trebuchets downhill. Castle's on very low HP for the Viper though. I wonder why the Viper has decided to target Daut's trebs instead of the castle. There's the late Rimbai tech. As you might notice, it's only a small difference in attack and HP. The biggest difference for these guys though is going to be 10% more accuracy. So they're now up to 30% accuracy. Is the strategy for Daut gonna work out? Crossbows and lead skirmishers without leather archer armor. If he does, I'm gonna officially profess his genius. That's a good mangonel shot. The Rimbai, they're falling apart! Only 1 archer for these guys. 1 armor for them. So hey, skirmishers Crossbow, they don't get the armor, but neither do a Rimbai. Problem is, Daut's lost all of his trebuchets, though. 3 trebuchets left for the Viper. Okay, the Viper's gonna transition into only battle elephants. Did not see that coming. For Daut to stay in the game, he's... I bet he wishes he had that scout roaming around now. He needs to transition into monks, I feel. Monks or halberdiers. Halberdiers would be a good option. Alright, Castle for Daut's gonna go down. Daut has no other army at this point, other than skirmishers. And those are not gonna cut it. Here comes the elite battle elephants. I want to see the Viper. It's getting Howdah. That's the extra armor for the battle elephants. It's gonna make them extremely strong. And you have to take risks to try to take the extra resources, but it's not going to pay off for Daut. Funny thing is for Daut, I don't think he's even scouted these elephants yet. Oh wow, this area of the map still stays lit up.
Oh, good.
Poor villagers. Wow. The Viper is just waiting and waiting. He knows that he hasn't been scouted at this point. So the more he can master these battle elephants, the harder he can crush his opponent. Yeah, skirmishers, battle elephants. These aren't like... This is even like with like Malay battle elephants, which don't even have the armor. This is like with battle elephants with extra armor. GG. There we go. Sees the battle elephants, he's gonna want none of that. Good game for the Viper, just... Man, this game was so exciting when we had that base trade. Nice defense from the Viper. A little bit of miss micro from Daut, a little bit of missed opportunity, and the Viper's raid doing quite a bit of damage. I think the Viper's raid definitely did more damage than Daut's raid did. And with that, the Viper able to get a small economy lead, able to maintain his army lead, and take this hill, and this hill was probably the biggest deciding factor in this game. The Viper able to take the relics, take all the extra resources on the map, and choose the correct army composition. Nice Rimbai raid from him as well. Lead skirmisher not the best option. 140 to 80 KD ratio. Better economy for the Viper, as you can see. Relic gold, 1500 relic gold for the Viper. 30 more villages, that's a big difference. And here's your timeline.